Alright, guys. We've got Weibo's SHIN in the bottom right side of Ruby Rock to start this KSL 83 Grand Finals. Korean StarCraft League opposing finalist here. It's Classic, the Beast, the man who's been looking very good recently, and his PvZ especially, man, is really, his PvT's fallen off a cliff, I'll be honest. But if he's only going to play Zergs and Protoss players, this guy's basically the best in the world still in those two matchups. Obviously, Classic being more of a defensive, mid to late game player, very solid player. That Terran late game, I think, has been giving him a lot of pause for concern. But when he's up against Zerg, he's still so good at just getting up the storms, stopping timing attacks in their tracks, going up to Tempests. He's also been using bigger ground armies. Big Arc on Immortal Storm armies, which I love to see a Protoss just bullying around with a big ground army. And I really am curious to see what he's going to bring out against SHIN, a guy who is famous for trying to win ZVP before the 10-minute mark. He's not really a late-game guy. It's all timing attacks, crazy thrusts, big muta swaps, Bane Bust, Sling Floods, Ravager all-ins. Hydra Bane is going to be the most macro-centric play normally. Oh, he gets it! Nice! SHIN kills the probe. Whose minerals are they, Classic? Whose minerals? They're my minerals. Stay away. Classic with the ... That probe had a family. Yeah, he had a family who didn't teach him any manners. If they taught him to keep his hands off other people's minerals, not be so handsy with other people's mineral line, maybe he would have been allowed to live. SHIN's like, have a good cry, mate. Dropping some of those teardrop faces there. Kind of making fun of Classic a little bit. You know, it's always those ones. You notice with like, they get in trouble, they're like, oh, my Jimmy's a good boy. And you're always just like, he's the biggest bully, disrespectful kid who's involved always in beating up kids, stealing their lunches. And everyone's like, oh, but he's a good boy. Oh, we love him so much. Yeah, you love him too much. You let him get away with everything. You taught him he was special and that he deserves to steal stuff from him. Anyways, I'm just kidding, guys. So I shouldn't be getting into dumb tangents this early in the cast, because then there won't be a single YouTube comment about it. To be fair, it is nice that I've been going on more tangents, because more people engage with the dumb comments that I make, and then it automatically spoiler blocks on the YouTube. So the top comment isn't like, wow, it was really funny how Classic 3-0'd SHIN. SHIN's such a garbage player. I love this series. And then everyone opens the video and gets spoiled. So it's kind of nice. Instead, they're like, people are like, actually, I think bullying is good for your personality. Oh, well, my mom didn't teach me manners, but even I don't mineral harass people because I'm just a good person. I don't know, like, you know, there'll be some intelligent, on-point conversation that doesn't spoil the games, which is always nice. Steps coming forward. Shading up. Yep, this is we're casting this during our best games of StarCraft stream, so we are alternating the tournaments that we're casting games from. Earlier today we did cast the semis in the round of 8 of this tournament, but now we're casting the finals. There was different series though from RSL in between. One from the RSL open bracket, one from the RSL top 4. Steps are coming forwards right now. Oracle's rotating. Third Nexus starts. Second gateway is already up. Pretty safe opening for Classic. Classic's quite respectful with his openings like that. You know, it's a lot of guys, if they're trying to be super greedy, they'll try and rush the third before walling off. But he's like, nope. Get the wall off. Go for the Twilight. Go for the 4 gases. It does look like a Blink build to me, but we'll have to confirm in a moment. Third Oracle is coming out. So far, SHIN's lost nothing, guys. He's killed 1 probe. He's lost nothing except that extractor trick at the start of the game. That's 6 minerals. It'd be nice if the title had that info. Exclamation mark bracket, my friend. It's always there, Hedgie. Not always. Sometimes I forget to update it, but today's is a well-organized stream. Last series of the day. 2 drones do get sniped. Okay, he's finally getting a little bit of damage, but it's not worth it. Dude! Classic. Wait, why'd the Spore Crawler uproot? What? SHIN's like, oh, I don't want to kill both of your oracles. Classic just made a terrible mistake. Should have recalled out from the dead space, I think. Flies over. Luckily for him, SHIN uproots the Spore Crawler and then deals with it. 4 gateways coming in, still no forge. I think this is an 8-gate blink attack that Classic's going for. Losing an Oracle. Not a great start. He's chronoing the probes off 2 Nexi, though. Has he forgotten his forge? It kind of looks like he's going all in. It also looks like he's not. I'm still trying to figure out just what he has in mind. Okay, that forge does go down now, 5.5 minutes. Maybe Classic just goes Storm now. I don't know. Like, I thought it was a committed attack because how late the forge was, but I have a feeling now that we're going to see a Templar Archives in the next 30 seconds and Storm start up. He's definitely going to pressure with Stalkers, but it might just be like 10 or 12 Stalkers, maybe no more than that. Here we go. Oh, big stasis trap. Blink's not ready yet. But this is still so good for Classic because the Queens are coming way too far forward. The hatchery was not in jeopardy. And this was an over-eager engagement by Shin, going a bit too far forward. He gets himself a Stalker, but if these units hang around, is Classic going to lose all these units to the Zerglings when they pop out? And the Zerglings would love to kill those Stalkers. Looks like there are more Stalkers and enough Oracle energy. Shin's going to have to fall back, but he's got 9 Hydras and Groove Spines on the way. If he can defend this 4th base, that'd be excellent. I think that's a pretty tall task, though. With no other 4th base already started, he's in trubs. He's got to set off the stasis trap. Well done. 2 Zerglings will take that one on the chin. It's worth losing a few Zerglings trading here. Got to keep the hatchery alive. And he actually does surround 2 Stalkers. Gets a 3rd one there. 3 Stalkers down. Queen's chasing the Oracles away. But, dude, this Oracle just killed 10 Zerglings. And that's a real problem. Shin maybe getting a bit too eager with the chase. Transfuses are pretty nice. Queens are tanking decently well. The Stalkers with a bit of an odd blink there. That's like a I just want to get in a battle line sort of blink. Classic throwing a lot of meat into the grinder. And with no Templar Archives, he's still committing super hard with his 6K blink across this map. But I think Shin, his supply is looking pretty good. If he could just get a few more Hydras and Lings out, he'd be good. I think he's kind of shocked that Classic's still rallying Stalkers into this. Classic, though, feels like he's got a moment. But, oh, as those Stalkers crumble, Units Lost Tab swings in Shin's favor. His 4th is up. He's got a Lurkadent and a Hive on the way. And it's 2nd Robo Bay, telling us that Classic thinks he's playing against a potential Hydralink counterattack. He's probably going to go for a Colossus timing. I think he's going to run into Lurkers and regret his decision. Disruptors are decent. I think they're actually quite good against Hydra Lurker. The problem is, like, Vipers wreck them pretty hard. Ultras, Broodlords wreck them pretty hard. The Disruptors don't scale very well into the end game. It's more of a timing attack style. So if you guys are talking in the chat, my chat is dead, I'm pretty sure, on my preview monitor. So, oops. Hopefully the tech's all good. You guys just let me know if there's any issues, yeah? So when chats... I've got chat open now, so... If there's any issues of, like, recording with no sound or something. You guys saying, no, it's okay? Sweet, sweet. 2 Colossus on the way. Hive's already almost done. Dude, if Shin scouts this, she's not really thinking about it right now because the Stalkers are so in his face. But if he scouts this and gets a Viper out, oh, those Colossus are going to be toast. Abduct on Colossus, one of the most high-value abduct targets in the game. 300 mineral, 200 gas, big boy. And with his own specialized upgrade as well that they've invested in. Templar Archives is coming in, though, so feedbacks could counter it. And, I mean, to be fair, since Shin doesn't know, I think he's just going to go Lurkers, which should be fine against Colossus, but it's going to allow the Colossus to get a bit more map control than you might otherwise like. He's going to leave 2 Lurkers at home. Now he sees the Colossus. Nice play there for Shin. Is there a reaction of a Viper? I don't think he can spare the gas. He's just going to go up to 10 Lurkers now. 2 of them already sieged up on this side. Oh, that Lurker Cocoon barely pops out in time. Nicely done. Oh, and the Observer gets sniped as well. I think as Shin, you should try to push the north. He's going to go forwards with a lot of Zerglings, but they don't have any upgrades. Zealots and Cannon will easily defend this, I think. Indeed. Charge starts up. He realizes, wait a second, I forgot Charge. 2 on upgrades on the way. If Classic can go Storm right now, I think he's good. He knows there's Lurkers out. If he goes Storm Immortal, Disruptors will hold the line a little bit as well. Especially with no Vipers. I really feel like a single Viper is such a no-brainer against this comp. But Zergs are usually, like I said, just Lurker count. Oh, good volley on the Stalkers, man. It's got the 4 bases up. 5th base in the bottom is a bit exposed. No creep spread down here. He had a pack of Hydras up here as well. Maybe he could bust. Melee upgrades coming in. It's still only a single Evo chamber. There's a Nidus Worm. Ah, okay. So he's looking for the Hail Mary Rogue Lurker Nidus. Shin's army destroys classics in an engagement right now. But notice he doesn't have any meat. It's only Hydraling, which get roasted by Colossus. So it's basically Lurkers beat everything in the Protoss army. But is he going to have enough of them? Because the Hydraling's going to be near worthless. Spire now comes in. Is Shin actually going to play a macro game? I don't think that's a good idea. I think Classic's a much better macro player than Shin. Classic's the guy who took down Cyril a bunch of times last year. You've got to be really worried about playing macro against him as a guy who's habitually avoided that stage of the matchup for the last 5 years. Zerglings and Lurkers going to try to bust the top. There's a lot of cannons. Storm, not quite available. Neither is Energy Recharge. Lurkers, Hydra's going to try to bust through. Good counterattack. Oh, he pops the Lurkers out at home to try and defend, realizing this army's coming in. Disruptor Shot's going to take out 2 of these Lurkers. Remember, Lurkers hit points are slightly lower now, 190. Down from 200, what they used to be. Lurkers are clearing the cannons really nicely. A lot of drones fall. I don't think Shin cares about losing a handful of drones. Hatchery would be a bit annoying because that takes longer to rebuild. I think it's good to trade a base for a base, though, with the Protoss right now. If you can rebuild and rebuild the drones, especially. 2 Vipers finally starting up here. But so slow to go for those Vipers. I think it was only seeing the Disruptors which finally prompted him to do that. Beautiful flank here by Classic. Zealots from the left, Stalkers from the bottom right. Great move in here by Classic. His Observers moved a bit far forward, but these Lurkers walk into the Colossus Storms. The Colossus, they take some damage, but they're not quite dying. 2 Colossus do end up falling. Terrible engagement for Shin there. And now he's going to try to send Lurkers out on the counter, but a bit too little too late in my opinion. And that's a really good control here for Classic. Like I said, I think Shin was just letting this game go a bit too long to the stage where Classic is just a better player at this stage of the game. He's more calm, more patient. And as many Zergs will say, if your name isn't Cyril, you just shouldn't be playing late game against Protoss unless you hate yourself. Very hard to find engagements in this scenario. I don't really want to criticize how Shin took those engagements because I think he actually played it pretty well. I just think that if you're not Cyril, that's usually how it goes. So I'm not criticizing kind of... I mean, obviously he didn't play it perfectly or anything. He's definitely not Cyril. But it's more the fact that he let it get to this stage where I'm kind of like, we're building spines and spores and 6 bases. Like, where's the win condition here? We've had Lurkers against Stalker Colossus for a long time, you know. I think he could have made a play earlier, but it's just a bit tough when you're gas-starved. You don't want to get caught out with a low Lurker count, you know. And the hatchery snipe goes down. And now it should be an easy finish here for Classic. Unfortunately, it could take another 15 minutes because he's going to make Tempest and chip it in with Tempest Mothership. But Shin doesn't have any air upgrades. Like, he's built a Spire, but no actual air upgrades. He's on 68 workers on 4 bases. So maybe he catches a bunch of Abducts and then his Lurkers kill everything. Let's see. Oh, well, that'll do. Unfortunately, he did abduct the Stalker, but he got 2 or 3 Colossus, I think, and 1 Tempest. Gets another Tempest with the Lunge. Lurkers are doing pretty good damage against the ground army as well. Storms, of course, do pretty decently there. But a few Tempests going to come over. As long as Classic can control space and stop the Lurkers pushing any further forward, he's not going to be in... He's got enough money that he's okay, right? His 5th base is coming up. 4th is saturated. Ooh. 4 Corruptors on the way with no actual flyer attack. No armor. He gets shredded by Archon Storm, I think. Not that armor helps that much against Archons. They do a lot of damage. 2 Hydras caught out down here. Ling Hydra Lurker moving on that side. I do like that he's outpositioned the Protoss army, but I think he might need to commit to a full base trade. Like, I don't think you're ever going to kill this army front on. Classic's going to keep his whole army together and go for a base trade. That is what Classic does in late game. We were watching him versus Raynor earlier today. We saw the exact same thing. You counterattack, he'll always just dive into your base with his whole army. I don't think you can clear this up with Lurkers. There's just no way. You got to keep going. Recall's so strong. He doesn't want to lose his main, knowing that Classic can kill his main and then recall in time to save his, but it's tough, man. Archon Zealot at home. Army moves in. He's already used Cloak. which means that's not going to be ready for the next part. High Templar are looking for feedbacks. Oh, he just recalled the Zealot Archon to this army. He did an offensive rather than defensive recall. Oh my gosh. Well, Classic very slow on the storms. Lets a Colossus and a Tempest get feedback there. But he can hold this ramp for literal days. He does lose 3 High Templar to the Lurkers. I'm surprised he's not dropping more storms on that ramp. Finally, he drops more storms on that ramp. There is an Observer there. Can the Corruptors focus the Observer? If they can, maybe the Lurkers can do okay, but looks like Classic is just making minced Zerg burgers for tonight. Ooh-wee. Yeah, he doesn't just mince them, he also smashes them into very thin patties for extra browning afterwards. Beautiful caramelized edges on that Zerg burger. But Shin, I think he was in a good spot. Took a bit too long to take advantage of it. All right, guys, going into game 2. Shin in the top right, Classic's in the bottom left. Is Zerg late game just underwhelming at the moment, says Twitch chat. And so the problem is, basically, Classic likes late game and is a specialist in it. And Shin is a specialist in early and mid game. So that means there's a skill differential, right? Number 1. Number 2, you don't want to play late game as Zerg unless your name's Cyril. Pretty much, it's a pretty standard rule. Late game EVP, generally it's a little bit more finicky. There's a lot of finesse, a lot of skill to get the Zerg things to do what you want. Unless you go for something like Ultra Corruptor, where you just hope the Protoss kind of moves on the map and you can just attack from 2 sides, sandwich him, and jump on top. Which is, it's very easy, but at pro level, it's quite unreliable. The Ultra Corruptor pros don't like to gamble on the Protoss moving out and getting caught out of position like that. So they try to, you know, play Lurkers and Vipers and Corruptors and Broodlords, and Cyril seems to be the only one who's good enough to do it. Whereas the Protoss side of things, roaming with a good ground army, throwing down some storms, occasionally using some feedbacks, just feels like, you know, it's a bit easier, a bit more consistent that the top Protoss players are able to pull off that. In my experience, it's way harder at my level to play the Zerg side. Even though I suck at using feedback. So when I play a legitimately like Zerg who's practiced and grinded late game and is actually good at it, I will lose to them with Protoss in late game still. But that doesn't change my opinion that I just think that's because they've actually practiced it, and I've never done any practice on feedback micro literally once. So that's why they beat me at that stage of the game where I'm just like, this guy's just much better than I am, you know? But yeah, generally speaking, so it's like I said, so those are the difficulties in the matchup. You add to that, you're a guy like Shin who's clearly basically had the mindset of, yeah, my name's not Cyril, I'm not even going to bother practicing that. So I think he let that game just drag on a bit too long. Early Vipers would have been a good addition, but even if he didn't get the early Vipers, I think if he just ran across and tried to hit with the Lurkers, that could have been good. The tough thing is that, what if he base trades? The Stalker Colossus is a bit more mobile. Lurkers are kind of a siege unit. So if he avoids fighting you, gives up some expansions and counters, Classic might win the base trade. And that's why, you know, Shin was trying to set up the Nidus Worm so we could, you know, have a lot of Lurkers at home, but then, huzzah, sends 20 Lurkers into your main, and kind of, if you counterattack, you can unload some of those Lurkers back home and defend that way. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Only 2 Lings for now. There are 2 more. He sees the drone. He should pile on block. Classic's going to go for it. Nice. Very slick. Can the Adept get there before the Lings kill the pylon? Yes, they can. So he builds another one. He does lose the probe, though. And the Lings are now going to run away. The drone should just go take the middle hatchery, I guess. But he's a bit too slow on that. Should have ran south to keep that drone alive. And now the Queens could just send 1 Queen to secure the hatchery. Or you can go take the left. The left side base is perfectly fine. I actually prefer this base, personally. I like expanding in a straight line generally. Pig, when do you finish the Bronze to GM? The Protoss most recent Bronze to GM is never going to get finished. It's a good style to get you to Masters. If you want to go beyond Masters, you're going to need to learn very different styles. So it would just be a very different style from that point. So I've called it quits on this one because I realized the game's, there's just too many skills you got to learn. Like it's a very easy low APM style that you can get through Diamond, and if you're quite good with it, to Masters. You can take it to GM as well, but you need to get a lot more skills and a lot more understanding. So just felt it would be very boring to grind my way from Masters to GM with double robo. Essentially mech Protoss builds that are much more turtley. At the higher levels, players get good at counterattacking and not fighting you. But I think most people watching it aren't in Masters League. So I think if you're not in Masters League, it still gets you really far. Yeah. Thanks for watching, though. Glad you're enjoying it. Third hatchery on the left side. Twilight Council, what time did that start, guys? Just before 4 minutes. These quick twilights, I feel like Xiao's responsible for popularizing that. Just gives such a nice blink timing. Generally speaking, it's rare to see charge with this sort of build order. Unless the Twilight's either much earlier or timed out to be the same time as a Forge. But this is just looking like a 4-gate blink. Oracle's still roaming, looking for damage. Shin's been pretty good at pulling away the transferring drones. Only 1 drone and 3 Zerglings so far have gone down. Oh, classic, you cheeky bugger. Kind of shocked he got 2 kills there. Doubles back with that one, hoping to find some exposed drones. Dude, he's being so aggressive. Classic, really diving. Despite that, Shin only loses 3 drones total. I think that's perfectly fine against a guy who's built 3 oracles. Shin's got a lair, a roach horn, 3 gases coming up, 4th gas even. I kind of feel like this is a roach. Yeah, okay. I was like, this setup kind of feels like it's going to be a queen drop roach all in. And indeed, we see Overlord speed. The second I'm going, feels like, Shin does not want to let Classic get to late game. Not after that last one. It's going to be a big roach queen bust. Ravages, Zerglings, roaches. The Adept sees the batteries. He's keeping the oracles at home, which is really good. He's going to go for the Dropper Lord. He'll put 4 queens inside, bring that across to deal with the oracles. And it's going to be about usually 10 to 12 roaches. As many as possible will turn into Ravagers. Massling behind that. You can see he's got about 15, 16 supply free. So he can rally a lot of Zerglings with that. He's leaving 2 queens at home. Unfortunately for him, they're both in the main, which is not super ideal. Oh, the drop needs to go to the right. The drop almost got spotted, but Classic pulled back. A single Zergling just made Classic go home. Oh, but he sees it. He sees it. He sees it. Very nice. Okay. Shin is chasing the oracles right now, which is terrible. Shin! What are we doing, mate? You gotta go with your army. Looks like an Overlord already got sniped there as well. I think he was trying to lay down some creep highway. Would have been good to bring a few more Overlords to drop some more creep with this. Just one's a bit dangerous. If the Stalkers snipe that, you're in big doo-doo. Stalker Oracle defense trying to get up. Shield batteries trying to build. He's clumped them up, which is a bad idea. Easy corrosive bile target there. 6-gate Blink Stalker. Can it defend the Oracles? All those links need to get out of there. Good biles. At least force him back. That Overlord is so damaged. Here we go. Queen Ravager Link. Biles spreading across the front. Some landing on the batteries. Some on the Adepts. The Stalkers are forced to blink. The Oracle's taking so much damage. Oh, but the Stalkers are going to blink forward. The Oracles will go down. He needs a Ling reinforce so badly to punish those Stalkers. The Queens are all dying just before their next transfusers are ready. And Classic shuts it down. The 6-gate blink, so safe against these mid-game timings, and that's why he's picked this build against Shin. 2 games in a row. 2 games in a row, 6-gate blink, delayed forge. Why? He knows Shin wants to kill him in the mid-game. So he's doing a build that can put on heavy pressure, but it's also very, very safe. Clever play for Classic. He's now up 2-0. All right, Shin's down. He's up against the wall, and he's going into the Enclave. Now, this map is horrendous for ZVP. Protoss gets a walled-off 3 bases. Yeah, it's only a 5 mineral 1 gas, but still, it's beautiful. And that's why Shin's going to go proxy hatch, right? I think, he's going to go proxy hatch the Protoss backdoor. All right, here we go. We've seen him do this against Maru. Now we're going to see him do it against Classic. What the hell is the plan with this? It's hatchery first. 16 supply inside your backdoor. Okay. Gate scout for Classic. He'll figure out something is up pretty soon. But it would be funny if he doesn't check the back base. He just assumes the hatchery's there or something like that. Gate gas, single chrono. Just rallying onto gas. Does he pull 1 off minerals onto gas? No, he does not. A mineral-focused build order for Classic. And he sees no hatchery. He checks his back door. What's the response, dog? Okay, he wants to go to the natural. Probably builds a Cybercore 2nd gate full wall off, I think. I think you full wall the front. You see, he's thinking about it. Oh, he's going to go for a forge. Up here. Oh, really? Okay, so he's going to go cannons to defend the main. But the problem is the cannons won't be in range of the hatchery, I don't think. Dude, this is so interesting. Inefficient Zerg players don't stand a chance against Classic, says Dinjane. Oh, dude. Shin is a friggin' master of disguises. He's a master of confusing his opponent. How dare you disrespect my bro. Okay, one cannon will be in range of the hatchery. Roach Warren's building. Oh, is he just going to bust the front? Is he going to pretend this is a distraction and then just go for the front all in? He's going to take his own hatchery at the front here. Classic's delayed his Nexus so massively, Shin could macro out of this. He doesn't even need that Roach Warren, man. He could just drone up and take 3 hatcheries and be fine. Depth's on the way. Zealot and Cannon should clear this hatchery. So what's going to happen, guys? The Queen, when she pops, she's going to run over here and put a creep tumor there where the Zealot can't get to it, where she can block for the Queen. This is what I call guarding your poo. It's a move that some chickens make when they're confused. And they don't have an egg to roost over. Or maybe you could place it there if he blocks there with the Queen. Okay, he's waiting for roaches. So the Queen's job... Oh, the probe blocked it! The probe blocked it. He's trying to let the cannon hit it. Oh, she's just trying to survive till the roaches are out. Oh, oh my god. Dude, this is the slowest chase scene of all time. I love it. Oh, she's taking damage. She's going to get away from the edge. She doesn't want to get trapped behind the minerals. Oh, 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 she goes down. But the Zealot and the Adept both go down. He's trying to build cannons and batteries in the high ground. They can just walk past, mate. You can just hide the roaches against the ledge. They can kill like 20 probes. At the same time, Lings run up the front. The Adepts have to go back to help fight this. It's going to morph Ravagers there because they've got 5 armor. They take almost no damage from probes. The Adepts trying to focus down one. Looks like they're going to kill one. The cannon does finish there. Corrosive Bile tries to go down. The Roaches die to their own Corrosive Bile, but he's already killed 9 probes. Massive damage coming in, forcing 2 cannons in the main. Dude, that's sick. The Ravager tries to get that weak Adept. Not quite going to be able to. The Adept will be able to clear these up. Finally. Finally. Behind it, 24 drones, though, to just 15. Good position for Shin. There is an Overlord, though. That's a free kill for the Stalker, most likely. Ooh. Does Pig have a Mecha reward code? Yeah, I got to set it up. It's thank you for supporting Pig. If you guys want to put that code into Mecha Bellum. I'm not sure what the rewards are exactly. I don't know if it's like skins or something, but I can link it up to you guys later. I'll probably stream some Mecha either later today, probably tomorrow. I don't think I'll get time to stream Mecha today. I wanted to try the new Rift mode. Does sound fun. Stargate's on the way. It's a pretty good start here for Shin. Is it like game ending? Like, is it like 70-30, 80-20 now? The third's a bit late. It doesn't have Ling speed. If the Adepts could be on the outside of the wall pressuring, it would be good. But because he's stuck inside, I really don't like the cannon response, guys. I think he could have had it. I think he could have gone 2 gate and just made Zealot Nexus, 2 Zealots into 2 Stalkers, and then built a Nexus and macroed up. Like, am I crazy for thinking that? Because there's no way to reinforce this hatchery. Like, I've seen multiple players now panic when they see this hatchery and build static defense on the high ground. But I'm like, can't you just like make 2 production facilities, make units, and go kill it? I don't know. I feel like that was a very bad response for Classic. And who cares if the Queen survives? He should have just kept the Zealot and the Adept on the high ground. There's no, like, even if she spreads creep, where's she going to spread it? Backwards? This way? Like, who cares? Doesn't really do anything. You're Protoss. You'll get an Observer out later at some point anyway. I don't know. It just feels like a little bit unnecessary. If you are going to go high ground, you don't need to chase the Queen. You're going to commit. Just commit to 2-gate non-stop unit production and you should be fine. Anyway, worker count's evened out, which is obviously a good sign for Protoss, but still down 6 workers. So it looks like it's, I don't know, 60-40 in terms of position. Maybe a bit more than that since the Lair's coming up unmolested. Only 2 drones to that Oracle. Obviously, the unit's lost tab overall is in Protoss' favor, but when you lose that many workers, that's not saying that much. Double Oracle coming for another drive-by. There are 5 Queens, and they will be very safe. Good damage on the Oracle. Good pullback for Classic, though. Classic's got a Robo and a Twilight on the way, so he's trying to tech up multiple directions, adding a few gateways, getting his third mining. And I think he should break these rocks, because he's going to need a fourth pretty soon. Obviously, you can run a probe through and build a fourth there. He's walling it so that enemy drones can't run through. I don't know. I kind of like the ability to just transfer workers from your main and natural here. And then if this base gets attacked, you can just run the workers away through this little choke point. I feel like a drone running into your base is like the last thing you should be afraid of, especially when you have two cannons behind it, right? He's going to wall off this side as well. Oh, because he's expecting Shin to all in. Oh, so he's going to go Storm now, and he's going to turtle on 2.5 bases. So if Shin realizes this and goes to like 80 drones, he can just swamp Classic with swarm him, you know, overwhelm him, flood him with anything he wants. Hey, can you still hide the probes behind the mineral patch from the Zerglings? Yeah. I mean, you can run through back and forth through those. Yeah. No other unit can go through that. That's a worker-only path. If you guys ever see these mini minerals, that means it's a worker-only path. Nothing else can squeeze through there because workers have the smallest collision size. It's only added recently. He needs to make a bunch of High Templar and Storm. And honestly, yeah, I mean, Spy is good. I do think this fourth is really late for Shin, though. Like, Shin could go fourth and fifth base and then build 20 Mutalisks, and there's just no way to lose with how far ahead he is. Oh, Archon drop coming in, but there's already Hydras out. Wait, he's not making Storm, he's making an Archon drop. Oh, I do not like this build for Classic. I mean, Storm wasn't going to work out too well either, I don't think, but he's going to go Archon drop into Disruptor. Oh, he's going to try and play old school Archon Zealot Disruptor. Interesting. Very interesting. Hydras could have a field day if they get on top of that. Oh, he sieges up at the worst time. And he's not able to save the... Oh, he saves the Archons! Did he get all 3 Hydras, did he? He focused the Hydras down. Saves the Archons. Big Protoss Classic. Very nice. No Size Storm for him, guys. He's going to try and turtle here with raw power. Hydra's going to be a problem for these Oracles, man. Zergling's trying to engage there. There's never going to be a good fight unless there's a lot of Hydras with them, which now there is. Archons are here on the front. The Ling's trying to pull back. It's a bit of a wonky timing. He's trying to threaten with the Hydras while he's actually going into Mutalisk behind it. I love that choice, but has he overcommitted? He might have. Classic chasing him now. He's going to have to build more Zerglings. Try and go with this. This is the joy of having a handful of Hydras. A handful of Hydra Ling forces such a big response. And then Mutalisks come in. They go, haha, you've got barely any units. The Zealot Warping gets cancelled by the Mutt-Mutts. The Mutt-Mutts. They take out both Archons as well. You don't got nothing that shoots up, dog. Shin in complete control of this game. Look at his opponent's production tab. Classic has the Platinum League special. 1 Phoenix, 1 Colossus, 1 Archon building right now. The Muta's just going to click the Archon and try and get it before it finishes. The Stalker's trying to take care of it. The Archon is going to get 1 shot off before it dies. The Hydras and things are on top. And Shin doing so well. Damn, that was crazy. GG's. All right, guys. Shin fighting back with some cheeky cheesy. I do think Classic botched his response to that. I think if he was going to go cannons, probably had to build the cannons next to the hatchery, but... Hey, even if he didn't, if the Zealot and Adept didn't let the Roaches up to kill 9 workers, it would have been a much better position for Classic. But yeah, odd choice for Shin to commit quite so hard to it. Worked out. And now we go on Taito. Taito's a pretty big map. I feel like Taito should be good for Classic style of just very defensive Protoss. That being said, you get a third here. It's got 2 ramps leading into it. So pretty wide open area. And then your fourth is down here. And even though that's a reasonable choke, there's also this little area that can get broken. There are quite a few ways in to potentially do some damage to your opponent. And there really is, the question is just like, how does Classic try to stay safe against Shin's shenanigans, number 1, and number 2, well, what are Shin's shenanigans? You know, how does he try to upset Classic and get him out of here before the late game? Because he does not want to play late game against this madman. Have you all ever tried the Penn Island strat? Like Penitentiary Island? Is that like the New York prison? Something? What's the strategy? Do you lock your opponent's stuff in their base? Definitely one of the biggest, most... Oh, look at this, guys. Shin's trying to counter micro this rather than attack him. Just attack him, bro. Just attack him. Don't let him steal your minerals like this, bro. Oh, he's bullying. Classic's bullying him. To be fair, Shin's been counter microing pretty well, but you can see the drones are starting to get bounced around now. Oh, yeah, dude, you just got to attack the probe. Come on, man. It's not Penn Island, it's Penis Land. What? Got him! You guys are so dumb. Oh my god, what is this? What's up, dog / Ligma / Penn Island? Okay. It's not Penn Island, I was asking about Penis Land. Oh my god, you guys are so stupid, I love it. Yes, so dumb. Alright, Overlord's outside the base. Dep's gonna pop out. He's gonna run to the right. Do we see a second chrono? No, just the single here. Classic wants to chrono his probies. Chrono probes! The moment that Nexus is done. Penn Island has been around for decades. Nice. Alright, Classic's playing stock standard, no deviations. Does he start a third adept straight away, guys? You need a pylon first. Where is that pylon? Normally you need to start a pylon pretty much straight away. He cleans up the Zergling Scout. Of course, Shin did see the Stargate.
Base, you know.
Confirms it's building oracles as Diva shouts in his ear. He's got the pylon finally came up there in the main. Okay, I think that's well timed. As long as he doesn't mind delaying his second oracle, it's not too bad. Actually, the pylon's going to finish as the first oracle pops. Oh, look at this timing, guys. Pylon pops, unsupply blocks him, didn't interrupt any probe production, and opens up the room for the second oracle. Perfect. Perfect timing. Nexus. Alright, Nexus on 350 after the second gate. Stalker in the wall, 2 adepts, and an oracle. Yeah, this is very generic, but like just well executed and clean. Classic is like, this is a well-oiled machine. I've done this 1,000 times, I'll do it 1,000 more. And the Evo for Shin hidden in the back. He wants to go for a fast +1 melee upgrade to help those Zerglings shut down the Stalker aggression that's been such a thorn in his side. I think this is clever for Shin. Classic's been going 6-gate blink to shut down those mid-game roach pushes you love to do. Guess what? +1 melee is good against that. And maybe you can go into Hydra Bane. Maybe you can do a surprise Massling Bane attack. If you're crazy, you could do a Rainer style. Go up to Hive and Ultras. But I would love to see just +1 melee Zerglings. And if he stops at about 55 workers, makes a Masterlings, he might be able to counterattack the third while defending the Stalkers at the same time. Maybe 60 workers. Oh, look at this. I told you Classic's playing like a crazy person, man. Remember it was game 1 where Shin let the Spore escape by uprooting his Spore. This time he just gets a kill on it. The Oracles have been very chaotically aggressive. Baneling Nest comes down, could just be for safety. He is going up to almost 60 workers right now, but if you're going to play this style, you need a 4th hatchery, and he says, why not take one with a gold mineral line? Makes sense. Lingbane's very mobile. It's the sort of strategy that can defend this style. He's also building plenty more Zerglings to deal with these Adepts. They are non-glaive Adepts, guys. It's just 6 regular Adepts. 4th base goes down on the gold. Zergling runs in on the 3rd base. It's 1 Oracle right now. He's having to rebuild the 2nd one. Plenty of Lings. Easy hold. Question now is, can you swing in for your own attack? I'm going to try and catch the Adepts. I'm surprised they haven't shaded home yet. Classic's just going to fight. Oh! Does get 1 Adept surrounded. But I don't think the Lings can chase that. Not if the Oracles are at home. Where are the Oracles, guys? Oh, they're right above them. Alright, 8 more drones are on the way. He's built a lot of Zerglings off 54 workers. He's just said, okay, I can't keep doing this. Not if the Protoss is turtling. Got a transition as well. Does get the gateway. Nicely done. The Stalker, sorry. Forces the gateway and the wall off. Which no doubt Classic will cancel in a moment now that he's resecured control of his side. He's also got Stalkers now cleaning up that Overlord. Gateway does cancel. Robo as well as 5th and 6th gas. I think a matter of... I mean, it's got to be Templar Archives right now. He's got 600 gas in the bank. Classic, wake up, mate. He's supply blocked right now. I don't know what his plan is. He's on 4-gate blink, going to 6. No forge, no Templar archives. Building like 4 more pylons right now, which, okay, some are finishing. I guess he's just going to go attack with Stalker, Adept, Oracle, but he's floating an insane amount of money behind this. Classic's got to make a move on. It is a Hydra Bane transition off of the gold base here. Fully saturated gold. Yes, he's only at 69 workers, but SHIN pulled workers off his natural and third base to saturate that gold. And his income is blossoming. It's looking so good. Here we go. Oh, he gets in! Oh, the Adept was not positioned properly. Oh, but does it matter? He's got Warpins available. It might not be that much damage unless he's really good with his focus fire. Okay, gets at least 2 or 3 probes. 4 or 5. 5 probes is not bad. 250 minerals. Well worth those Zerglings. Not only that, Hydras are on the way. Movement speed is almost finished. He does need to make sure he clicks the grooved spine. As you can see, that has not been queued up, and it's a very important upgrade. It's going to be a double Robo-Bay again. Classic wants to play Stalker Colossus. He's got 700 gas in the bank. I guess he's just not enjoying opening Storm against SHIN. We haven't really seen him go Storm very much. Not until later on. Stalker Adept here. Stasis Trap's doing really well on the Zerglings. Oh, this is scary for SHIN right now. The Hydras on the right side got jumped on. His Lings all frozen, but they will come out of that in about 10 seconds. And they will support. Oh, he's going to blink on the Hydras and try to take care of them. The Oracle's joining in. The Stalkers and Oracles doing so much damage. Oh my gosh, a crazy commitment for Classic, but it appears to be paying off. Then again, those Lings finally break out. There are more Hydras wrapping in here. And at the same time, something happened over here, guys. I don't know what it was, but something happened. 14 probes got cleared up. If it wasn't for that, I think this would be great for Classic, but he's just lost 14 probes on his third. He does have Colossus coming out, though. Those counter Ling Hydra very well. I think it was probably a Baneling detonation. Maybe 4 or 5 Banes rolled in. I will rewind this game to show you guys. Remind me, guys. 8 minutes. 8:20. What the heck happened to Classic's third mineral line? Two Stalkers go down. 3 Stalkers chasing after. Lings in the mineral line getting defended as well, but... Oh, he's breached the natural in the main! Classic's chucked a hero. He left his door open again. It's a bloody free-for-all in the mineral lines. Every probe for himself. And it turns out when you leave every probe for himself, they get butchered. Dude, he's chucking heroes left, right, and center. Classic. He's in disarray this game, man. He's been making some doo-doos. Some real doo-doos in this game. Trying to pick up these weak Stalkers to save him, but he can't even reprobe right now. He has to go for a counterattack and try to win. There's a Spire on the way. 18 Hydras, 38 Lings, 3 Banelings. As long as SHIN makes a bunch of Lings, Banes, Hydras, I think he should be able to defend this counterattack, even though it's 4 Colossus. He's reprobing? No, you're not. Classic, don't reprobe. That's stupid, mate. You don't have any money. You have to go attack now. Come on, man. I mean, he's trying to do both. He's going to reprobe and counterattack. Like, dude, you're on 30 workers. There's no economic path back into this game unless you do huge damage very soon. Mass Link counter. +1 melee comes in there. Battery goes down. Zealot Warpin gets boom-boomed. Yes, the gold base goes down, but I think SHIN's got a new 4th coming up. He's putting the Protoss economy back to the Stone Age. Gets 8 probes, and the 3rd Nexus should be falling. Gonna flank some of the Hydra Bane. They need to come around the left. Otherwise, they'll get stuck on the choke points. Some of the Hydra Bane needs to come from here as well. Queens are there. It's go time. Oh, the force fields are actually amazing, guys. But the Hydras are going to clear up the prison behind this. Baneling's trying to roll forwards. The force fields are doing such a good job, but there's so many units. I think that was the Lings from the 3rd Nexus. They didn't stop to kill the 3rd Nexus. They joined in as well. And SHIN will tie up the series 2-2 and force a game 5. All right, guys, so it was indeed 5 Banelings, as you can see here in the middle of that fight. Just when the Stalkers were blinking forwards was right when this happened. 14, and the Stalkers blinked forward like a second later. Obviously, Classic was locked in on this engagement. But that was the perfect run by, man. Perfect run by for this situation. To be fair, I'm amazed he killed the Hydras so well. The drones ideally would have pulled into buffer for those Hydras a bit better. Not the perfect engagement for Shin by any means, but the Stalkers end up getting surrounded. And from there, I mean, Shin goes straight back to mining the gold, and it's all his from that point on. Series is tied 2-2. All right, guys. Game 5. Shin's dragged it back. Let's go. And you know Classic's going to play the safest thing. No, he's not. Actually, I think he's going to do 6-gate. You know what? Is Classic going to do Glaive Adepts this game after Oracle? I think he might do like double Oracle Glaive Adept. I have a feeling Classic's not going to be too predictable. I think you might want to put some aggression on Shin. Just because he's like, oh, you know, things didn't go well the last few games. But I think... And he's got to watch for like the Roach Max all-ins. I think he'll pick a build order before the game starts, honestly. I think Classic's going to play pretty well-rounded build order, but we'll see what he does. I have a feeling it's going to be 2 Oracles into Glaive Adept. I don't know why, I just feel like he might expect +1 melee again, because in this series, 6-gate blink pressure has been such a problem for Shin. It's been so hard for him to deal with. Because of that, +1 melee did really well for him in the last game. I think Classic might just go, well, I think you might do it again, therefore I'll get you with Glaive Adepts, and it's a decent build against anything, as long as you don't scout it too early. I don't think I've ever seen Glaive Adepts work in a pro game, says Sparkles. You have not watched a lot of pro games. We're talking about Glaive Adepts after Oracle. So if you're talking about like straight Twilight Glaive Adepts, that is one of those things where it's very hit or miss. If the Zerg's played against it a lot recently and the Protoss makes any like small mistakes, it can be really terrible. So there was a period where that build was so popular that it was like dominating everyone, and then every Zerg got so much practice against it that it really fell off a cliff. But Glaive Adepts after Oracles, oh man, Classic's done so much damage to Serral with that over the last year. Raynor, Rogue, he has ruined those 3 multiple times with Oracles into Glaive Adepts. Classic has a vicious Adept timing after Oracle opening. He's really good at it. Glaive Adepts are trash, dude. I've watched a huge amount of Pro SC2, and it's dog shit over the past 4 years. I don't know how behind you guys are in the stream. You guys are agreeing with the other guy? I just explained it. They're not. They're not. Oh, actually, that was the same guy who said that. Okay, never. At least it's the same one guy. No. Seriously. Like I said, yeah, Glaive Adepts actually amazing. Obviously, they're a little hit or miss, but if you know your opponent likes to cut corners, they're really good. I think against Shin, it's a bit more dangerous because he does often go for his own early Roach Roar or Bane Nest. But Raynor, Rogue, Serral, the greedy Zergs, those are the guys that it's very high percentage against. And it's still pretty solid against these guys. I think against Solar, it's a bad build. Solar is really good against it. I think Shin, it really depends on what strategy Shin plays. Yeah, that's YouTube chat I'm talking to. Guys in Twitch chat are like, who is he talking to? Who's he talking to? No, the guy's just having a bit of a laugh, I think. Having a bit of a laugh. He's like, Glaive Adepts are bad. You know what's actually been really good recently, guys? 4-gate Glaives. No Prism. That's actually been making a comeback. Really good build. We had some sick matches at Stellarfest where players did that. I love that build order because it's not meant to do as much damage. It doesn't need to do as much damage. It's just so much more streamlined. It just hits faster. And it's just like this sudden... It's like a jab to the nose that just comes out of nowhere. It's not going to knock you unconscious, but it has a good chance of breaking your nose, bloodying your nose, and then third base and everything else comes out so quickly behind it. But anyway, that's besides the point. So far, very solid openings. No one's lost any units. I do like this move out here. Oracle's going to guard the Stalker. Does need to turn on the laser beam. And it's worth it for Shin. Just trying to save it, seeing if you could get him, but not quite able to. 3 queens on the third. Queen Spore there. Spore in the main. No Evo. No Roach Warren, no Bane. So I think we're going to see Lair and Roach Warren in the next 30 seconds. I think Shin's playing a solid opening. But no, he goes melee again. Which means this is a perfect candidate to go Glaive Adepts, but he's going third Oracle. So there's no Glaive Adept opening. This is going to be Forge before Twilight. Surely you're not going Robo here. That would be silly, Classic. Don't be silly. No, he does go Twilight. Okay, I was like, dude, if he's going Robo, that's insane. Surprised the Oracles let that drone escape. Did you guys see that? Drone just ran under the Oracle, ran back to the mineral line, kind of looking embarrassed, and the Oracles just let him do it. Even though Classic was microing them at the same time. Adepts are coming in the front. These queens will get distracted. There's a Spore in each mineral line. Stasis already got 4 drones. He's going to go for another deeper Stasis trap. Get it. He gets another 4 drones. You're not killing drones, it is just delaying mining. It's annoying for Shin. It's not game ending. It is annoying. Oh, the Lings go for this round. The Oracle save him, dude. This is really good pressure. It's, yeah, Shin's up 5-6 workers, but it's not a massive amount. And Classic's going charge +1. He's going to do his Archon timing. I can almost guarantee he's going to do his Archon timing, guys. These drones, oh, they're misclicked right now. These drones are idling. Big mistake for Shin. He's trying to link counterattack, but there's a third Oracle. He was not counting on there being a third Oracle. Units lost time stacking up for Protoss now. Really looking nice. And there's that Templar Archives. Where's the Robo? Okay, Robo, yeah. Normally you'd get the Robo before Templar Archives. He could just play Psystorm off this. I think if he goes for like the Archon Zealot attack, it could be very powerful. Game 5, it's a bit of a risk though. Game 5, you might want to play it safe and just go Storm. Oh, this is going to be really interesting, man. Here we go. Link's coming in. Go for the surround. Ooh, nice wraparound there. Zealot Stalker's hanging out. And it gets a single probe. Adept's being in use since all the Lings on the wrong side of the map. This is a real awkward spot. Dude, he's so lucky that Shade canceled. If those Adepts went in, they could have killed like 6 workers. And he's not sending his Lings home. He's going to rely on his production. Oracles go to this side of the map. They're going to go for the 4th Hatchery Snipe. Shit, he can't afford to lose this, but he loses it. Doesn't even cancel it. Stalker Warp in to seal the wall off. Adept Shade into a Link surround, which is not great for them, but dude, Classic, getting that 4th kill is massive. Hydra Den's only just started. It's 6 minutes 40. Shin was hoping for a lot more. Finally, getting some good value with these units. Oh, okay. Finally get some value with the melee Zerglings. And units lost tab is going to even out there. Those Lings, though, oh, could have saved six or more Zerglings. Units lost tab within 6 resources of each other. Shin's on 73 workers, but with no 4th hatchery up. And Storm, already halfway done. 2nd Robo building. Classic building some insurance. Some extra shield batteries and pylons. I do think Classic needs a 4th base. He's going to send a probe over to build the Nexus, but you can tell he's kind of like, I don't know if Shin's going to all-in me or not. Like, he's very unsure, because he's like, well, I killed your 4th. That might prompt the Zerg to do an all-in. But it's actually Hive and Lurkiden? He's doing the NA comp. It's Hydra Bane, but also Lurkers. One of those NA comps that's a little bit confused, but he's not going Bane speed, is he? So I guess it was more of a safety Bane nest, and it's actually just going to be like a Ling Hydra Lurker. With this style, you need gases already up on this 4th. Those gases are too late. Should have been 20 seconds earlier. I will be very critical on that because I guarantee you, we saw game 1 lost for Shin because he did not have enough gas to support enough Lurkers and Vipers. That's what he needs to make this Lurker style work this time. Get the gases up. If you can secure a 5th, it's great. Problem? This is Winter Madness. And this 5th base? Oh, can you guys give me some words? What would you describe this? YouTube chat, Twitch chat, YouTube commenters. What would you describe this base location as a Zerg player? I'm thinking hot garbage is what I'd go with. It's so exposed out there. It's just so hard to get around this bend to defend it. It's so easy for like your opponent just get in there, man. It's awkward. That's Penn Island. This is, yeah, precarious. Penn Island, yeah, 100%. It's a little bit, it's sacrificial, yeah. I've seen one Zerg take this base rather than that base. He's like, well, I just hope you don't check the top right corner. I can't really defend this either, but at least that's hidden. Fleet Beacon's coming in. That's going to go for Mothership. The Lurker count's growing. Shin's on 85 workers. He's thinking about the 5th now. I feel like the earlier you get that gas up, the better this is. He's got +2 range, Lurker range. Classic's going to do his ground pounding style. I love this style. Massive Mortal Storm Archon. One of my favorite styles of PvZ. You can add a Mothership and some Tempests if needed. But it's just such a solid ground army. Now, Mass Lurker can beat this army. Mass Lurker's very immobile, though. This army's a bit more mobile, even though these units do kind of waddle about. So, you know, if Lurker's set up somewhere, you can either sandwich it from 2 sides with the Immortal Archon Storm, or you can go around and just try to base trade it. And that's something Classic loves to do in the late game of this matchup. We've got 3 spines there, a couple spines in the natural, no spine in the 3rd. Would like just 1 behind the mineral line there to bug out any zealots. It's the this is the DMZ? Okay. This is the demilitarized zone base. Nice. Someone also called that base Herpes, which I kind of like. That's the Herpes expansion. I'm like, okay, that's, that's one way of putting it. It's a small army, guys. Gets an Oracle, gets an Immortal, depowers the Robos. It's only a small Zerg army. He goes for the wraparound. Can he kill that High Templar? The Lings couldn't quite kill the High Templar. The Ling Hydra here dodging some of these storms. My gosh, that's a lot of storms. Dude, the Lurkers are doing a good trade, though. He actually got across the map on time. Shin does get his army cleaned up, but he killed a lot of Protoss units. I think that was not a terrible trade. It's a shame he didn't get the Robos, though. I'd say that's the one thing. It's a little bit of a shame he didn't get the Robos. Oh, the Oracle comes forward. There's a Lurker there. Only one Oracle for detection right now. Dude. Hydra Ling really good right now as well when there's no Archons in the mix. Not many Zealots. 90 drone Zerg. Got a Spire there. Mothership never started. He does have 2 Tempests though. That's going to really help Classic. He needs Archons. I think Archons are very necessary now that the Lurker count's been reset. Archon's pretty bad against Lurkers, but great against Zergling Hydra for just tanking, clearing those Lings with splash damage. Poof! What a game we've got. After this game, you give my wife a nice long WoW. My version of WoW or Owen Wilson? I like the Owen Wilson personally. Wow. 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 It's a funny catchphrase, right? Oh, rat, oh, rat, oh, rat. So I love high school girls. Every year, they stay the same. I get older, but they stay the same age. Some weird catchphrases certain actors have, isn't there? Ling's getting in, but he's built a cannon in the natural. Nothing in the main, though. Gonna warp in a few Zealots. Try to depower the +3. Oh, that's good targeting. Adrenal's not up just yet. +1 melee helps out. Does slow down the +3 on the Forge. Oh, no, he's trapped on the ramp. Youch. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. I do also love pitch meetings. I love Ryan George's stuff, so wow, 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 wow. Oh, wow, wow. Lurkers are here as well. We've got 11 Lurkers down. Dude, I think Lurker harass would be good, but there's just so many cannons trying to breach the natural wall. But the Immortals are a door, man. The Immortals right there. You guys know our Protoss players are like, why don't we get a door? Like Terran, nice cancel on the Nexus as well. They're always like, why don't we get a door? What the hell? Well, that Immortal just turned into one of those ants. You know the ant that's evolved where it sticks its head in the entrance to create a door on their nest? That essentially was that Immortal. He's like, don't worry, guys, I got this. And just sticks his head in there. The Zerglings scratch it a few times and are like, yeah, this is pointless, and run away. I should probably stop quoting that terrible Dazed and Confused line. People haven't seen the movie. Like, what is he talking about? Vipers are out, but they don't have Abduct energy yet. I don't think Shin can spare any units from his defenses. He's got to rotate right now. Get those Lurkers over there. But look at that. The moment he unburrows, Classic shoves him. This is the problem with Lurkers, man. They're not very maneuverable. He's eating the Psy Storm. All those storms. It's a zoning tool, ladies and gentlemen. And it's a very good one at that. Really nicely done. Corruptors try to flank the Mothership. They're not quite getting in. Lings are doing some damage on the right, keeping Classic on 4 bases, but gosh, these bloody storms. The Hydra's aggroing into it. Where'd the Corruptors go? Did he just throw all the Corruptors away? Where are they? There they are. Never mind. Okay, I thought he lost all the Corruptors, but a lot of Hydras went in. The Lings did not deny the next Nexus. I was freaking out. I thought they'd flown north, but they were still on my screen. I'm blind, guys. What can I say? 7 more Corruptors coming in. 21 Corruptors is too many for just 6 Tempests and a Mothership, but I get it. He needs something to deal with the air, but he needs a lot more Hydra Lurker right now, but he doesn't have the gas. Shin up against the wall. Those Tempests going out in the middle of no man's land. Who the... Oh, unfortunately, Shin's Corruptors weren't all there. Luckily, the Spine Crawlers on the right side will defend these Zealots. There's plenty more Archon Zealot behind that. Lurkers and Corruptors trying to hang out. The Spine Crawlers having a little bit of a whack towards those Archons. I do like the counterattack attempts, but... Dude, Classic's army's so scary. It's so hard to deal with this with Lurker Corruptor. Vipers coming in. Feedbacks are good. No spells landing from the Vipers. The Corruptors are just going to go, but that means walking into mass Archon Storm. There's 4 Archons, lots of Psy Storms. Plasma Shields might not be done yet, but he doesn't need it. Those Archons are dishing out the hurt. Luckily, the Mothership does finally fall. Those Vipers going down is a travesty. Shin needs a Lurker Hydra Remax. His Corruptors running forward. I don't know if that's a misclick or not. It feels like Shin is very disorganized. And remember, we said at the start of the series, you don't want to be this deep in the game as Shin. Classic's like, dude, this is my home. welcome. Here we have late game PvZ. This here is my cannon garden. And here's my Storm Archon protecting my Tempest. And you're like, geez, I get it. You like this. No one else likes this. And he's like, I love this. I love this for you. Did you want to dance in my size Storm Archon? Shin's just like, I hate this so much. I hate late game. I don't want to be here. But yeah, no, he's got another cannon garden. Yeah. No cannons on the third. Only one in the natural. Oh my gosh, that's a meaty Zealot counter. Oh no, the Hydraling's trying to come to reinforce. It's not going to get there in time. It's going to be a lot of drones going down. Then again, Hydra Lurker count is pretty slick, but he will eventually get dealt with. Does he have enough at home? Hydra's trying to hold the line. Trying, but they don't have Carapace. +3 Zealots are going to mince them. Oh, me, oh my. Not many Corruptors left. Only 5, and the Tempest will slowly pick away at this. Hydras are breaking through from the high ground. Third base goes down. It's a great move for Shin. Honestly, he had to do this. It's just that Zealot attack was so meaty. Ends up getting 20 drones, but Shin really can't afford those losses right now. He would have loved to have that extra income. Definitely can't afford to replace them. Corruptors going down. These Lurkers might need to just run to the left, try and snipe this base and then get out of here. Probes wisely trying to evacuate. Classic, if he can keep these probes in this base alive, he's still got a decent economy. Immortals coming down. Observers as well. Oh, those Lurkers are going to get cleared. And Shin losing too many units. He's got to tap out. Oh, man. Classic. Very good ZVP late game, as we've always known about him. And I think he did a really good job of navigating that. First hold was very scary. That Lurker Hydra army that hit right on about 10 minutes, which is a really good timing. As I said, it's hard if you don't have enough gas, and you never have enough gas when you rush high for Lurkers. The earlier you get these gases on the 4th is really big. Could he have taken a 5th and 2 gases earlier? I think he maybe could have. And then he maybe could have had another wave of Lurkers soon after this one that runs over here and sieges this base, right? But this was good. It was good that he kind of snuck around the right with a pack of Lurkers while defending with Lingbane Hydra. He knew Classic wasn't going to risk going too deep on creep. And these Lurkers running around was brilliant, right? He runs around, sends most of his army, leaves his rally at home. It's a risky maneuver getting across the map like this, but Classic had kind of already run home. And this was such a good push. Just before 10 minutes, and suddenly you're dealing with 8 ranged Lurkers, couple of Hydras, Lings, and Banes. I do wish Shin got some units in there though, right? In this situation, even if you moved a single Lurker here and then tried to move a Lurker in the main, or don't you think that would have been amazing? I get he wanted to hold the position and actually win the fight. He kind of focuses on the micro, but it's kind of a bummer that he didn't kill either Robo or get any probe damage there. Good cleanup by Classic, guys. I mean, hats off to him. Amazing that he cleaned that up. Kept his Robos alive, re-walled his base, re-sealed the entrance, something Hero never does when his wall-off dies. And he had plenty of cannons on the left as well. I do wonder, though, if Shin, instead of building the Spire, just went straight for more Hydra Lurker. Maybe builds a Viper or 2. If he didn't build Corruptors, Mothership was going to be a problem no matter what, though. Once Mama's out, with a lot of Storm backing her up, that's just hard to deal with without Corruptors. Either way, great series by Classic. Shin almost brought it back, but Classic's late game a bit too good right now. GG, well played. All right, hope you guys enjoyed that series. Thank you so much for watching. A special thanks to all of our supporters here, especially our conductors of the Dicktown Express, Peden N, Dragosar, Ivy, and OKH. If you guys enjoy the show, the games, whatever, what do we call this? The YouTube channel? You want to pay some money for some cool perks, some exclusive merch, and just basically to say thanks. There's a link below in the description. It's also here. There should be a link somewhere here at some point. Thanks for watching. See you guys later. Goodbye and good night. Much love. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.